So this is the paper that I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's this financial modeling and data analytics paper offered by CIFA, although most questions really are the same. You'll even get situations that I'll be able to show you where they repeat questions from FMDA in BDA. And of course, vice versa is true. All right. So and I would want us to start with question number 24. Question number 24. Question number 24. So question number 24, have you been able to open the paper, ladies and gentlemen? Have you been able to open this paper? Remember, I've shared it already. I've shared it already. So I expect you now to open the paper. We start doing this question right away from scratch, So I'm so sure that there is nobody, in this case here, especially the BDA students, I'm so sure they don't expect to be tested in a portfolio question. Yeah, if they got a portfolio question like this BDA students, even most of these FMDA students may not be able to perform very well. And if you get a bad examiner like myself here, I can assure you that we always put in some surprises. Like now we are told the data in the table below has been collected by Elena Kabue to appraise the performance of 4 asset management firms. All right. So please, I would want to make a request that when you see students requesting to get this particular paper, is there any good Samaritan who can always be resharing this paper with them? Because you know this, unlike PDFs, for me to be able to keep on sharing this paper on the chat area, it means that I keep on, in this case here, first of all, closing it down. That will be a lot of work for me. And today I'm supercharged to do great things. But most of you will come to remember this man. They normally call me man from Maragua. I've never understood why, but that is what they call me out here, or the chief ninja, I would want you to remember this Mwalimu many years to come. That Mwalimu came and did 1 or 2 questions, and those questions were there in an exam. Like the students who did BDA last semester, unfortunately, they failed. They are here. You remember last semester, I only came for about 2 days. Towards the very end. And some of you called Mwalimu. It's like you knew this exam. Of course, I read books that these examiners use. All right. So like now you have a crazy question that I would want to do. So are we ready? Are we ready to do this question really? Are we ready to do this question, ladies and gentlemen? Are we ready to do this question? Yeah. Great. These guys are not ready. They're not even responding. These guys are not ready. They're not even responding. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, then what I will do, I've been given data. I can see returns here. I can see beta. I can see standard deviation. And then they have given me the risk-free rate of return is 3%. And then they want me to do something very easy. They want me to calculate the X post alpha, the Treynor's measure, the Sharpe's ratio, and the M square. This is supposed to be M square. And then we rank the funds using a radar chart and identify which one you would select. So then if I'm the one doing this kind of a question, I'll simply come and write down here risk-free rate. So I can see I have risk-free. I would want to have risk-free rate on its cell. So the risk-free rate, they're telling me it is 3%. 3% like that. The risk-free rate is 3%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you are doing an AFM portfolio question, and then you see this beta thing coming up, what comes to your mind? Anytime you are doing an AFM portfolio question, and then you see beta coming up, beta for better like this, not beta. There is nobody who is beta in our class today. Nobody is beta. So anytime you hear of this beta, what comes to your mind? Capm. Thank you very much, Brian. Minor, thank you very much. So then the very first thing that you're supposed to do, even without, in this case here, winking an eye, go straight away ahead and compute what we call the capm returns. Go ahead and give us what we call the capm returns. So go ahead and give us what we call the capm returns. Give us the capm returns. Give us the capm returns. Is there anybody who is able to remember how we normally get the capm returns? Remember, we used to say RS. I'm so sure you must have forgotten this. RS equals who? Let me see. Of course, here I have got geniuses. I'm so sure somebody will be able to give me the formula here. RS will be equal to, remember we are doing Fmda question. Fmda question, and you'll be surprised. You know, I know so many things. I'm not a young man. I'm not a young man. So RS equals who? I can only see 3 charts, 4 charts. Somebody has told me that it is the roof. I don't know why they call it the roof, but it is risk-free. Risk-free, in this case here, plus what we call the risk premium. Plus the risk premium. So risk premium is RM. So we have this one here is RM minus RF. Then I should be able to close the bracket like that. And then I should be able to say times beta, times beta, times beta factor, like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do, I can see I have my funds. I have fund 1. I have fund 1 tab. I have fund 2 tab. I have fund 3 tab. I have fund 4 tab. Fund 4. I'm simply writing the fund there. And I would want us to get the capm returns, ladies and gentlemen, here. I would want us to get the capm returns. I would want us to get the capm returns there. And I'm now using the formula. I'm using the formula. So I will come and say equals the risk-free rate. I have it here. Risk-free rate of return is 3%. And that risk-free rate of return, ladies and gentlemen, will not keep on fluctuating. This one will remain the same. It will remain the same throughout. Remember, for any basket of securities, risk-free does not change and returns of the market do not change. Risk-free does not change and returns of the market does not change. So because it's a constant thing, what do? We lock. So F4 like that. We lock. Then we come and say plus. We open brackets. Returns of the market, ladies and gentlemen, returns of the market. Where are returns of the market? You can see these are the returns. This is fund 1, fund 2, fund 3, fund 4. The market index is here. So the returns of the market here, they are 7%. And what do you know about those returns of the market? They will never change. Returns of the market do not change. So in this case here, go ahead and lock them fully. So like that, lock. You lock fully. I'm so sure you guys know how to lock. Minus the risk-free. The risk-free, again, I'm encountering these, and we know that risk-free, there are no 2 risk-free securities. It's only 1 security that we shall be able to hinge on forever. So go ahead and lock it. Go ahead and lock it like that. Yes. In this case here, close brackets. All right. Times beta, times the beta for fund 1. Beta for fund 1, my good students, beta for fund 1 is here. And remember, beta, I can't lock beta because beta is going to be different between these portfolios. It's going to be different between these securities. So beta, I cannot lock. Beta, I will leave it like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, once I say enter, I have in this case here, this 7 point whatever, I should be able to come here really and check why is it giving me so many decimals percentage. Then these decimals, I mean, there are too many. I can kill them. Let me just leave it like that. Yeah, 7.048. And because I was able to fix these things very well, I can now go ahead and simply copy these to the right. Slowly, I simply pull this slowly up to fund number 4 like that. Great. So I have capm returns. Is there any student who could be having capm returns that are very similar to what Mwalimu has, capm returns for the 4 portfolios? Or is there a student who is saying that Mwalimu, this cannot come? I like such students. Mwalimu, this cannot come. I love those kind of students. I love them. Because when you go to your exam, get this question as a question number 1, and then you start cursing the day you were born. Yeah. Philip is saying that his is different. There is a ninja who has just joined. Pardon, okay. Yeah, at least there is somebody who is getting the same risk-free plus risk what here, risk premium. So I think what I should do, ladies and gentlemen, is to give you a few more minutes. You do it by yourself, because I believe I've been able, the students who are getting different answers are basically students, for example, here, who never locked the risk-free, and they never locked, in this case, at the market. Even this one you must lock. The only one that is going to be free is the beta. Let me give you like 2 minutes. You try, in this case, you're doing this. And the students, ladies and gentlemen, who have not gotten this particular question paper that I'm doing, there is a good Samaritan in this room who is sharing, who keeps on sharing. There's a good Samaritan. So what we are doing is to get what we call capm what here, capm returns. What we are doing is to get what we call capm returns. And the capm returns, I've given you the formula here. It is risk-free plus expected returns of the market, or simply returns of the market minus risk-free times beta. Ensure that you put your brackets very well. Ensure that you put your brackets very well. So I've given you 2 minutes. I've given you 2 minutes to try, so that when I repeat, things will be much easier. So please try to put in some effort. 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 I would really love to see you guys putting in some effort. Because already you have everything, and you have the formula. You have the formula. Yours is simply to follow this capm formula, which is a topic in advanced financial management, which in this case here, if I was given an opportunity like this semester, I will throw this question in your AFM, and I'm so sure students are so much used to NPV questions, WACC questions. Give people something new in an exam. Give people something new in an exam. That's what a good examiners do. That is what good examiners do. So upon repetition, is there now somebody who has been able to get those numbers? Is there somebody who has been able to get those numbers that Mwalimu has there? Anybody who has been able to get those numbers that Mwalimu has there? Anybody who has been able to get those numbers that Mwalimu has there? All right, great. Now I can see numbers are coming. Thanks very much for punting these hard. Thank you so much for punting these hard. Yeah, Martin, I'm so sure you have not tried putting in some effort. Put some effort. Put some effort. Put some effort. Put some effort. Before I repeat, because already you have everything, and now you guys are Excel ninjas. You guys now are Excel ninjas. Now you have everything. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? We have here our 4 funds. And these funds, you can see they're here, right? Fund 1 all the way to Fund 4. And then we have a market index. So what do they want me to do? They want me to give them the capm returns. So the only thing I've done, I've simply come and put risk-free rate here, which is 3%. I've been able to extract it from here, 3% here. And then now I've remembered the capm formula. How do I get capm formula? It is risk-free. Risk-free is constant. If it's constant, it must be locked. Do we remember how we normally lock parameters? To lock parameters, we normally press F4. So do you have the dollars coming? F4. So do you have the dollars coming? Some computers, you have to press function F4. Some computers must press function F4. So then I'll be able to repeat, ladies and gentlemen, here, priority first. Now that you guys have been able to put in some work into this. Now that you guys have been able to put in some work into this. So remember, this is the formula that I'm following. So I'll come and say equals. The first one is risk-free, which is this 3%. And risk-free is only one return. So the risk-free has to be boxed, has to be fixed. So to fix this, it is F4. So you can have those $2. And then you add the risk premium. So you say plus, shift, plus the market return. Before market return, remember we have brackets. So plus, remember this is the market index, right? Market index. And you can see the first row is a row covering our returns. So you can see the market return, market index return, which is simply the market return, RM, is this one. What do we know about this market return? You must fix it. This is Mr. Fix It. Mr. Fix It. So F4 like that. Then we say minus the risk-free, which is this 3%, which must also be fixed throughout. Whenever you see risk-free, always that one shall be fixed throughout. Always that one shall be fixed throughout. So come here and close bracket, close bracket like that. And then you say times beta factor. Beta factor is a systematic risk measure. And it's normally different for each security, this beta. So you can't lock it because you can see this is different from this one, different. You can't lock it. That one, you can't lock it. Go ahead and say enter. When you enter, ladies and gentlemen, you have this figure. So do the autofill. The autofill, you come and put this love handle. The love handle is thick. Yeah. You pull it like this. You pull it like this up to security 4, like that. Then now, ladies and gentlemen, we happen to be having this correctly. Most of us. It can't be all of us because there must be ninjas who are just joining us now. What we shall do, ladies and gentlemen, I know you know the impact of LMS. At least with my explanation, you must have gotten, in this case here, like the overall view. I'm so sure now later on as you watch the video, you'll be able to follow. So can I now make the next move, or would you want me to be stuck? You know, even in the football, if you just get stuck on one area, somebody will come and take the ball away, right? Can I now move on to, even if you have not understood, I believe you'll be able to get a chance now to look at this thing later on. Yeah. I believe so, yes. Can we lock the beta? No, for RF, yeah, good question. For RF and RM, just lock everything because they never change either down or this way. They never change. Those two never change. So, ladies and gentlemen, then I will be able to move now pretty fast. What have they asked me to do? What they have asked me to do, my good students, in this question, what they have asked me to do in this question, my good students, is to calculate alpha value. And I'm so sure there must be a ninja who has forgotten the formula of getting alpha. I love alpha. So to get alpha, this is what I do. To get alpha, I will always take, in this case here, the returns given of a security minus the capm returns. Minus the capm returns like that. That is how I will get alpha. All right. So in this case here, come here, say equals for the first security. We can see the first security, the return is here. The return is here. You say minus the capm return, the one that you've just obtained, the capm return, minus the capm return, this one. And then I'll be able to say Control Enter, and then I can come here and do the autofill like that up to F. That one you cannot, in this case here, lock anything because the returns, the actual returns, ladies and gentlemen, you can see they are changing between the funds. You can see also the capm returns are they're different. They're different like that. They're different like that. They're different. They're different. They are different, and put them to 3 decimal places like that. So I have the alpha returns, the alpha, the profitability indices. Profitability indices. The profitability indices, that is what we do to get those profitability indices. So of course, if you are to rank them, this F2 will be given rank 1, Rank 1. This will be rank 2, all right? Then we have rank 3. This will be rank 4. This will be the last one. I'm losing more here. Yeah, I'm losing more there. So I'm told to rank. Actually, they told me to rank, actually. So this takes up position 1. This takes up position 2. This takes up position 3. This takes up position what here? Position 4, like that. So I don't know whether, ladies and gentlemen, there are students who have been able to pick something, however small, out of this alpha. Have you been able to pick some small concept that you can now build on later on to do this question in a way that you'll be able to understand? Yeah, I will repeat, but before I repeat, I would want you to go and put in some effort. So you're saying alpha is the actual returns minus capm what here? Capm returns, like that. So we have the actual returns are the ones given here. Eh? The actual returns are the ones given here. These are the actual returns for Fund 1. Actual return for Fund 1 is here. Unfortunately, we had done the CAPM return like that. So we've been able to do, ladies and gentlemen, we've been able to do the alphas and we've been able to rank. So go ahead and do the second question. The second question, they want us to give them the Treynor's measure, Treynor. So please come here and give us Treynor's coefficient. Treynor's coefficient like that. Treynor's coefficient. So remember this one, we call it the TC. The TC. The TC. We call it the TC. Treynor's coefficient like that. And if you can remember very well, ladies and gentlemen, for us to get the Treynor's coefficient, what do we normally do to get the Treynor's coefficient? It's very, very easy. Treynor's coefficient, we normally use beta on the base. And to get this Treynor's coefficient, what we normally do, ladies and gentlemen, is there somebody who is able to remember the formula of Treynor's coefficient? Let me give you a minute. Anybody who is able to remember the formula of Treynor's coefficient? Let me give you a minute. Treynor's coefficient. Treynor's. Thank you very much, John. You must be the best. You must be the best. Treynor's coefficient, I'm giving you guys 1 minute to see whether there is any ninja who will be able to give us, the formula for getting Treynor's coefficient. Let me see whether there is any ninja who will be able to give us the formula for getting Treynor's coefficient. Do we have such a ninja? Do we have such a ninja? Do we have such a ninja? Treynor's coefficient, Treynor's coefficient, Treynor's coefficient. Treynor's coefficient is very, very easy. The moment I'm able to remember that Treynor's coefficient, we are basically using beta factor to measure risk. We use beta factor to measure risk. We use beta factor to measure risk. We use beta factor to measure risk. Then you are done. The moment you remember that, you are done. The moment you remember that, yeah, thank you very much. I can see these ninjas already have the formulas. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, those ninjas are very correct. Anytime they want us to give them Treynor's coefficient, in this case here, this is how we do it. So bracket. So you take the returns of the security provided, right? You subtract RF because you want, in this case here, to get what we call a risk premium, all right? So this risk premium is the one that will come and divide by beta for the security. You divide by beta for the security, for each security. All right, so please come here. Like, for example, the first one, I can say here equals, then I say shift open brackets. So returns of Fund 1, we can remember they're here, up here, minus the risk-free rate of return. So what should I do with this risk-free rate of return, my good students? Given that they will never change, what should I do to them? Given that they will never change. Yeah, I have in this case here to introduce the dollars. So like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to come here and then you say divide by the beta factor. Trainers, we use the beta factor to measure. You can see the beta factor. Beta factor, I cannot. You see, like just like the returns are fluctuating, the beta factors will also fluctuate like that. All right. So I cannot, in this case here, fix beta factors. So enter like that. Yeah. So in this case here, please, you can either reduce these decimals at this juncture, or you can just do the whole, just reduce them here. Work with 3 decimal places. Yeah, 3 decimal places. So there we are. So ladies and gentlemen, then what I will do, I'll be able to come and now apply this across up to fund number 4 like that. Great. Remember, the higher, the better. The higher, the better. So if you're told to come and rank them here on the basis of trainers, always the higher, the better. I would give this 0.05. This will take number 1. 0.4 will take number 2. Then 0.035. This is higher. This takes number 3. This takes number 4. It's by coincidence that the two have ranked consistently the same. So ladies and gentlemen, as a way of getting feedback, I don't know whether there is any student who has been able to get these similar figures to what Mwalimu has. Anybody who has been able to get similar figures to what Mwalimu has? Yeah. How I wish I could get like 50% of the students, that is 8 or something. And then of course I know that you guys have got your own discussion groups that you will be able to pick now this concept and have the same concept in this case and now understood by everybody. Have the same concept understood by everybody. Thank you so much. Please allow me to move to Sharpes. 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 Not Sharpe, but Sharpes. So for Sharpes, is there somebody in this case here who is able to give us the Sharpes formula? Please give us the Sharpes formula. Let me see. Sharpes formula. Oh, Mwalimu, I did these things and I thought they were off my back. They were off my back. Now again, I'm meeting them here. Yeah, you can see what Brian 𝐂𝐿𝐿 is giving us there. It is the same as trainers, except for the fact that Sharpes, as the name says, Sharpes, S. We normally use what we call standard deviation. 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 So then what I'll do, I'll simply come and skip some space here and talk of Sharpes. Yeah. So we have our Sharpes there, right? Then I come and write for this examiner the Sharpes coefficient. Sharpes coefficient. So Sharpes coefficient like that. I know it's about the premium, so I'll start with brackets. RS minus RF minus RF, RS minus RF. I close brackets, but this time around, I'll say divided by standard deviation. You can even write like that in an exam. Divided by standard what here? Deviation. And then you start doing your thing here. So come straight away. Equals. Because it's Excel, you must start with equals. So you say open brackets. So do we have the returns of Fund 1? Do we have the returns of Fund 1? Oh, yes, we do. The returns of Fund 1 are here. Minus, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, the risk-free is here. And risk-free is ever constant. I have to lock it, you know. So lock it like that. Come here, close brackets. Then you come and say divided by, ladies and gentlemen, the standard deviation. So come here and say divided by the standard deviation, which is here, like that. So this standard deviation, remember, I can't lock it up because I can see standard deviation is different between. So straight away enter. And once you enter like that, it doesn't look, in this case here, very nice. So go ahead and in this case here, just go home here. This thing is blocking me. Go home here. Yeah, here. Of course, there are those shortcuts you can use. Let's be very consistent with decimal places here. So remember, what have we done, ladies and gentlemen? We've taken, in this case here, we have taken this 6.45%, subtracted what here? We've subtracted the risk-free 3%, and whatever we have obtained, we have divided by 2.74. 2.74. Let me just see something here. Yeah. What figures are you getting here, ladies and gentlemen, for this? You have to be careful. What figure are you getting there? Because you see, when we take this minus the 3%, I'm getting an answer in percentage. divided by this percentage, then I should be able to get something like 1.26, like that. Of course, in percentage form, it will still be okay, but I mean, these are Sharpe's coefficient. I expect to get like 1 point. 1 point. So then, ladies and gentlemen, once you get that, please come and apply the same. Come and apply the same concept here and carry this through like that. Even if you got like 126%, no problem, but I mean, I expected those percentages here to cancel out. So then, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and rank here as usual. Go ahead and rank as usual. So give this number 1. From there, give this number 2. Give this number 3. The higher, the better, remember. The higher, the better. Remember, the higher, the better. So up to there, ladies and gentlemen, remember mine is to give you pointers because now 𝐂𝐕𝐈𝐒𝐈𝐿𝐍 has raised her hand up. Sharpe's coefficient, 𝐂𝐕𝐈𝐿𝐍 has raised her, can't see a question. Yeah, of course, I've gotten percentages. You can see 1.26 is the same as 126%. Yeah, the same. You can opt to leave them like that. Although I know as a scholar, I'm taking something percent. So the numerator is percentage. Denominator is also, so those percentages should cancel out. I expect to get, in this case here, numbers. All right. So then what did I do? I went up there in the home and the percent, I simply said, I want a number. I just want a number. Although you can leave it in form of a percentage, it will not distort your rankings. Your rankings will be the same. So 𝐂𝐕𝐈𝐿𝐍, are you able to ask your question down there? 𝐂𝐕𝐈𝐿𝐍, are you able to ask your question? Sharpe's coefficient. Sharpe's coefficient. So then somehow, ladies and gentlemen, are we together up to now? You can leave it in form of percentage. Are we together up to now somehow? Because the video is yours. And I'm so sure you guys, you normally do lots of discussions. Mine is to give you pointers, and then you allow Mwalimu to move on so that I can do many questions. I can do many questions like that. I'm not trying to say that you should not ask questions. You should ask them, but I'm so sure with the number that we have here, if we address all your concerns, it will be an international disaster. And yet you guys have given me a target. You guys have given me a target. From there, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to move now to the very last one, what we call M squared. What we call M squared. What we call M squared. I love M squared so much because most students have never heard of this M squared. This M squared, remember, to get M squared, the formula is you take the risk-free rate of return. And then you come and add this to the Sharpe's coefficient that you got up there. Sharpe's coefficient that you got up there, SC. But now this SC must be multiplied with. This SC must be multiplied with. This SC must be multiplied with the standard deviation of the market. Standard deviation of market. This one, you never got it even in financial management, advanced financial management. You are getting it in BDA or Fmda, serious papers. You take the risk-free rate of return. You take the risk-free rate of return. You add the Sharpe's coefficient to it. But this Sharpe's coefficient must be modified slightly by us multiplying it with the standard deviation of the market. So like now in this question here, if I do, I should not have said equals, sorry. I should not have said equals because I was just writing the formula. Yes. All right. So come here, ladies and gentlemen, let's apply this. So we say equals. We have our risk-free. So with this risk-free must always be locked up. So this risk-free, I'm locking up risk-free. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I come and say here plus. So I'm following the formula. The Sharpe's coefficient, fortunately, you have it. Yeah, Sharpe's coefficient. Fortunately, you have it here. All right. But remember that this Sharpe's coefficient must be multiplied with Sharpe's coefficient. Don't lock it. Don't lock it. You come and say multiply this by, in this case here, the standard deviation of each, not each, the standard deviation of the market. So look for standard deviation of the market. Standard deviation of the market is only 1. Standard deviation of the market is only 1. It shall not fluctuate. The market parameter is a constant thing. You shall not have it fluctuating. So in this particular case, lock that one. Lock that one. So in this case here, F4 like that. And then now you should be able to say enter. All right. You should be able to say enter. You can see you're getting a very, very bad number. All right. You can either decide to leave it in form of percentage like that, but that is really a huge number. That is a huge number. If I'm leaving it in form of percentage, no problem. Then come and at least cut. Then come here, ladies and gentlemen, and basically, so control enter, come here, basically, copy this to the right, like that. So you have it like that. The higher, the better. So I'm so sure perhaps if you use those big percentages, you're getting 653%. I mean, it doesn't matter. It will not distort your rankings, remember. It won't distort your rankings at all. The higher, the better. So this takes up position 1. This takes up position number 2. This takes position number 3. This takes up position number 4. When I'll be doing the radar graph is very, very good in terms of capturing this kind of arithmetics here. You know, you may not get this m squared very correctly in exam, but if you get like these 3, you get like capm, you have alpha, you have trainers, you have Sharpes, you're a very, very good student. You're a very, very good student. Because remember, in Fmda, in BDA, you don't need 100%. You just need something here and there. And then most importantly, you need confidence. Confidence is what you need most. Otherwise, in an exam day, for those of you who have ever attempted these exams, this is the time when your machine refuses to power on. Yeah. And things in this case here seem to be going south and south. Very unfortunate. And in most cases, there's nothing wrong. You are simply scared. So we need to know how to manage our fear, our butterflies in the stomach. Yeah. capm 6.036. Why am I getting 6.036? Minor would want us to repeat, but Minor, if you don't mind, is it possible you rewatch this video slowly later on at your own time? And then if you're not able to do it, perhaps you can give me a call or even your friends. Yeah. Is that okay, Minor? Please don't take me that I'm rude. I don't want to answer questions. No. Yeah, because also what I've discovered with this subject, that concept of you guys getting a chance to rewatch the videos, and then even as now repeating after I've watched the video and tried, in this case you're doing by your own, it makes everything in this case you're very okay. It works magic. It works magic. Otherwise, if I'm me and I keep on repeating like 10 times, you will not be able to. This is something that we must learn to roll together. So can I move on to the next concept, ladies and gentlemen, somehow? The essence of ranking, Nancy is asking a very good question. Why should we rank them? Remember, portfolio management, you may not be able to have a lot of money. All right? You may not be able to have a lot of money. You have 10 million, but you have 30 projects in your head you'd want to execute. So you rank so they can be able to know, like, I'll now execute projects 1, 2, and 3. Projects 1, 2, and 3 to be able to accommodate. Yeah. After all, Nancy, the examiner told us to rank, The examiner told us to rank. The examiner told us to rank. All right. So you can see here, Sharpes and M rank the funds using a radar chart and identify which one you do what year, which one we select. You'll have to forgive me. I'll do this radar chart in my next class. I'm not doing it today. I'll do it in my next class. Today, I'm so seriously looking at crunching these numbers. So I go to part B now with your permission. So part B is a very, very easy question. So part B, ladies and gentlemen, you can see they've given me a big table here. And then they want me to assume that you want to appraise the capital investment at 10%, 15%, and 20% interest rate, compute NPV, compute IRR and payback period, develop a combo chart for the cash flow, annual as well as what you accumulate, cumulative. All right. So where do I start from? This was a good examiner. This examiner has given me actually everything. All right. He has done for me everything. He has done for me everything here. He has done for me everything here. So if I'm the one doing this, I'll come and copy this cash flow. He has done the cash flows for me. Control copy. I paste them somewhere. Allow me to paste them somewhere. I paste them here. I'll paste special and I'll transpose. Oh, why is it behaving? Oh, it has a formula. No problem. It has a formula. It has a formula. Not a problem. Okay. Not a problem. Let me just do it the way it is. Let me just do it the way it is. So then if I'm the one doing this, what are the key low-hanging fruits really here? The very first thing that I will do in this kind of a question, they want me to give them NPV at 10%, 15%, and 20%, right? Yeah. Very easy. They want me to give them IRR and a payback. Actually, I can start with this IRR. So I will come and say here, that whatever question, this question 24, you must know how to number. Question 24, I'm doing IRR. So I'll come and say equals low-hanging fruits, IRR. It is here. Remember, under IRR, you don't discriminate. Under IRR, you'll pick all the cash flows, not cumulative, but all the cash flows here. So IRR, you pick from here. Like that, everything. Press enter, like that, 24%. So is there somebody who has been able to do IRR, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have any ninja there that has been able to do IRR using these normal cash flows? Anybody who has been able to do IRR, abracadabra? Yeah. And then from there, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be able to do payback period. I can't fail this exam. So this is question 24. You must be very good in terms of numbering, you know. Must be very good in terms of numbering. So question 24, payback. Okay, then the question is, how do we get payback period? Payback period. So I'll come and write here, payback period. Payback period. All right. So remember, the payback period is the period of recovery, yeah? Yeah. For example, when we invested, you can see we've been struggling throughout. We've been struggling throughout. We've been struggling throughout, from negative, increasing here, until we move from this, what I would call like a loss, a negative cash flow, to a positive. So the very first positive cumulative cash flow that you get, you write the word positive there. Then how do you get, in this case here, this payback period? It's very easy. You start with the period, in this case here, the period preceding the positive. You know, this positive, the period is 5. So the period preceding means coming 4. So in this case, it is 4. Plus, now I'm doing pro rata. So you can see, for me to be able to move to this positive, I must recover this 6,800. So you take the amount to be recovered, which is 6,800, divide this by the cash flow of the positive here. You see, for me to be able to move from this negative to positive, I'll have to earn this cash flow, right? So it is this cash flow that I'm adding to this to be able to get this 4,300, right? So you take this, please listen. I want to get the payback period. Of course, I have the cumulative cash flows. So these cumulative cash flows, I'll be able to go straight away to the positive. So the positive is the one that I write here. Then to get this payback period, I will come and say, of course, equals. So we pick the period preceding the positive year. The positive year is 5. Residence coming before. So the period here is 4. Plus the amount we need to recover immediately to get into positive. How much do we need to recover here to break even? Payback is about breaking even in form of cash flows. To be able to reach 0, I must recover this, the last negative. So this last negative is what you bring here. And remember, you are only taking the modulus. The modulus. You are only taking, in this case here, the quantity. You forget the negative. So then it will be 6,800 that you're recovering out of the whole 47,100. Out of 47, 100. Out of 47,100, and then you say enter. So this is the payback period, which is 41.144. The way I normally cram this one, so you see the moment I've written positive here, the moment I've written positive, the moment I have written positive, what I will do to get, in this case here, payback, this is what I'll do if I repeat. I'll come and say equals the duration preceding the positive year. So of course that is 4. Then I say plus. Then I come here, you see this positive. This negative is very, very important, right? So the immediate negative before I go positive. So this is very, very important, right? Right? Very, very important. So normally how I do it, I will come and work with what I call the secondary diagonal. Out of this 6,800, a diagonal, I'm not going back. No, I'm going towards positive. So from this 6,800, I go to 4,700. So then this diagonal, I'll start with the one that is negative, but I assume it's positive. So diagonal, so I take 6,800. I say divided by you know how the diagonal moves. I hope you're able to see. So in this case, you divide by 47, 100. 47, 100, like that, I get. So I hope this is helpful, and I take this opportunity to wish you well as you also follow the other part of this particular question. All right. So then you'll have to allow me to come here and do the NPV now. Let me do the NPV. So now I'm doing the net present value. Let's do the net present value. All right. So net present value, they've given me the cost of capital. So which cost of capitals are these? So we have here 10%. They have specified, right? They have specified. Cost of capital, they have specified 10, 15, and 20%. 10%, 15%, and then we have 20%. All right, so they want me to come and give them net present value here. Net present value there. Now, this net present value, can you try, in this case here, computing it yourself using this equals NPV? Equals NPV. Try computing it yourself using the equals NPV. This one here, equals NPV. Try doing it yourself. This question was an interesting question. They never gave us time 0. 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 This was a very interesting question. I like it. They never gave us time 0. So you can see in this case here, the capital investment being incurred at the end of time 1. All right. All right. So very easy. Let me give you 1 minute. You try this. You try this. And then you compare notes. Yeah, we have it. But remember, it's coming at the end of year 1. It's coming at the end of year 1. We have it. So 2 minutes. As I confirm what those ninjas are saying. But I can confirm later. Why should I have trouble now to confirm these things? And we still have a lot of time to the exam. All right. So come here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Already they have answers. So in terms of NPV, ladies and gentlemen, then what do we need to do? So then we have been able to write our, so here we are. So come and say equals. So we want this NPV. So tab. So they want the rate, 10%. You can't fix it. All right, 10%. So they want from value 1, cash flow 1, not cumulative, cash flow 1. So cash flow 1, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have? Cash flow 1 from here, cash flow 1. So here, cash flow 1, everything up to there. And remember, because I'll be moving down and those cash flows will be the same, I would rather in this case here, fix them like that. All right. Nothing more really. So what you need to do is to come here and do what here, just close, you enter. So you're getting this as your NPV for 10%, NPV for 15%, and NPV for 20%. So is there somebody who was able to have these NPVs really like this? Anybody who was able to have these NPVs like this? Great. Thank you so much. 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 Great. Develop a combo chart for the cash flow. Even if I never wanted to do this, is very easy. A combo chart for cash flow, annual as well as cumulative. Very, very easy. Combo means combined, line and clustered. So what do I need to do? I need to pick this, Control Shift, right arrow. Yeah. I need to pick that one that the examiner has told me to pick. Then he wants me to pick this cash flow annual. So Control, like that. And then I can Shift. And then he wants me to pick this third one, cash flow cumulative. So I pick by controlling, I Control, Shift, I pick everything. Once I've picked like that, then I'll be able to simply come and say Insert. I insert the bar, this one here, just insert the normal. And then once you have done that, come and right-click anywhere here. I'll repeat, I know this one I'll repeat. So in this case here, you click any chart there, and then you say right-click. You say Change, Series Type. Yeah, the first one, you know, when it's combo, it must have a secondary axis. You need 2 y-axis. If it's combo, you need 2 y-axis. All right. So you can have this cash flow being the secondary axis. So you can see now we have this axis and we have this axis. And then they can't be both of them cluster. One of them must be line. So you come here and then you say line like that. Great. Then you say apply. So now you have a combo chart. So you need to come and do what here? Basically label. Now you have a combo chart. Allow me to repeat, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to repeat one more time. So let me, in this case here, delete. And before I repeat, let me see the questions that they have. Perhaps there is somebody who is already dancing, you know. Perhaps there is somebody who's dancing that they have gotten it. Yeah. Combo. Yeah, we don't subtract the initial outlay. Remember, it's negative, It's negative 50. So when you're consolidating them, the negative will be taken care of, Will be taken care of automatically. Yeah. The initial outlay is there, but it's coming at the end of year 1. At end of year 1. It's coming at the end of year 1. Great. Great. Great, ladies and gentlemen, great. Yeah. And I hope you guys have these solutions. These solutions are very, very They are very, very important. These solutions are very, very important for you, especially now that you're revising, you know. So like this one, the NPV is very, very important. Yeah. And you can see in this case here, the combo graph. Combo graph. So can I repeat this concept of combo graph, or are you okay? Combo means combined. Can I repeat it one more time, or are you okay with it? Can I repeat one more time? I repeat, Okay. All right. So I know the problem. I know the problem, and I know the problem very well. So then what you could do, because I know your problem, you come and take whatever you want to. So you can come here and I highlight this number 1. Highlight the whole of it. Highlight the whole of it. Say control copy. Come and paste it somewhere. Paste this somewhere. Paste this somewhere. Come and paste it here. Pick the second one, because I'm so sure this is what... So control copy like that. See? So it has a formula, so control C. It has a formula. Let me just take the numbers alone. Okay. So please copy down whatever the examiner wants you to draw. Let's see. All right. So come again here. Like that. Great. And then now come and highlight everything on this table. Highlight everything on this table. And once you highlight everything on the table, the easiest way of drawing any graph is to use your quick tool. It's called quick bar. So you come and say control Q. Control Q. So when you say control Q, you want these charts. And basically you want the first one. Yeah. You click on the first one like that. So I want to know whether we have reached where Mwalimu has reached. I want to know whether we have reached where Mwalimu has reached. Have we reached where Mwalimu has reached? Have we reached where Mwalimu has reached? Have we reached where Mwalimu has reached? Please talk to me, please, tonight. Tonight, you're talking to me. You are talking to me. Thank you so much. Now, once you have reached there, you are a genius. Already you have finished. You come to this, any blue, you click inside. This blue, just click inside. You'll see all the blues highlighted. And then you say, right-click. Right-click. My machine is hanging now. Why? Yeah, right-click. And then you say, change series type. What do? You change series chart type. Then please don't forget to introduce a secondary. Don't forget to, you need 2 y-axis. When it's combined, you're combining 2 things. You need this secondary. So you click, and don't pick 2 secondaries. No. And then you remember to change. You see this clustered column, this clustered column. You must change one of them too, because when it's combo, there must be a line and a bar. Elena, so this second one, please pick a line, because the first one is like that. All right. And then you come and say, okay. Come and say, okay. All right. So we have our combo cash flow and the cumulative cash flow chart like that, and you're done. You are a very good student. You are a very bright student, trust you me. You're going to see places. You're going to see places that you've never seen before. So long as you watch this video almost immediately. So is there now somebody who has been able to do that? Thank you very much. Anybody who has been able to now draw a combo chart? I thought the yellow line was a tick from Kasneb. To show that you have seen places, eh? No, no. That's a combo chart. So we have two charts. We have two charts like that. We have two charts like that. All right. So can I go to the next concept, ladies and gentlemen? Can I go to the next concept? And we're going to finish in the next. I can see students who are dropping. Who should drop from? Who is this who is dropping from Walimu's class? That will be very, very bad. I display my chart, okay. So I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. The student who is asking a question there, the axis, you simply come to these chart elements. So the chart elements, you click chart elements, and then you tick this axis, eh? Yeah. And then now you should be able to do what here? You should be able to, once you click on this, you're able to see your axis here. All right. So the first axis could be the cash flows. And then the second axis, ladies and gentlemen, here will be the cumulative cash flows. Thanks for asking that question. But even if you don't label them, how many students do you think in Kenya will be able to even remember it? Very few students will remember that. You are very good. The moment you reach here, you are extremely good. Extremely good. Extremely good. So can I go to something different, ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time? Remember, time is not on our side. After all, this video is going to be yours. This video is going to be yours. This video is going to be yours. All right. So I can see they want me to show them rather chart. I have to take you a bit slow on that. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm the one who is teaching. You should allow me to teach what I want. I may not even show you how to do that rather chart. The most important thing is that you should be able to pass your exam. We shall overcome. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, can we kindly go to this question number 23? So this question number 23, I would want you to take me through. We can wrap all this. Yeah. So they have told you question number 23. They have given you a table here that contains, I can see charts here. I can see charts here. Yeah. They're laughing here. Those who are laughing, of course, they know I've taught them before. You must learn to trust this ninja. Learn to trust this ninja. I teach what I want. What you want is to pass. Yeah. What we want is to pass. All right. We are overcoming. They have not given me permission to continue. They have not given me permission to continue. They have not given me permission to continue. Just a minute. Now, you know your examiner loves asking about charts all through every semester. They keep on telling us, draw this chart. Another time they came and told the students here to do dashboards, and students thought the dashboard is some name from Jupiter. they never remember that just a dashboard is a summary of things. And the best way of summarizing things is to draw what here? To draw a chart. So I'll be having this similar class on Saturday at 4 p.m. I don't know whether Saturday 4 p.m. you guys are comfortable Saturday 4 p.m. Are you comfortable with Saturday 4 p.m.? Saturday 4 p.m. We shall overcome. All right, so come here. So there's another document that I'm sending to you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, which I would want you to use now. I want you to use this document that I'm sending, Saturday. Yeah, don't accuse this ninja. The ninja should never be. He comes at the right time. The ninja comes at the right time, but this one will be there. The ninja comes at the right time. So we have here. So please open up, yeah, open up these, oh, they want 8 p.m. Saturday, yeah, because maybe some of them could be in church. Yeah, great. So this one, RCM2. RCM2 is the one that I want you to send to WhatsApp very fast. RCM2, game time. All right. So please, have you opened the second document so that I can finish? I want to finish in the next 10 minutes. The second document, I want to finish it in the next 10 minutes. Please, I want us to use the second document. Have you opened it up? Have you opened it up? Have you opened the second document? Great. Please help somebody there by sending that document on WhatsApp. Help somebody by sending this on WhatsApp. RCM2 now. And then when you open this RCM2 document, go to question number 23. Go to question number 23. Question number 23. I'll tell you what I've done to this question, and then you see how examiners can be malicious, How examiners can be malicious. Are we there, ladies and gentlemen? Question number 23. So this question number 23, you are provided with the following information for various pension plans. They've given us a genius of an investor here who is investing in equities, etc., the current allocation, what the regulator's limit is. Remember, in most cases, in terms of investments, we are normally regulated a lot. We have what we call investment policy statement. You know, you need, even yourself as an individual, you need an investment policy statement. And I believe all of us here, we have investment policy statements here, our individual. Yeah. So you can see individual pension plan asset allocation. We can see the balloon pension asset allocation. We can see Mwalimu pension asset allocation. Live loves Walimus. It loves us so much. Then we have Kampuni staff pension scheme. So they want us to develop a chart for each pension scheme that compares the current allocation clustered column with the current regulator limit line for all the pension schemes, providing a title for each. Use a secondary axis for the current allocation. A combo graph again. Same paper, combo graph. So this is very, very easy. What I will do, they simply want me to come to each one of them. So like this, I highlight this one up to where they have information. Once I do like that, I say Control Q. I say chart. I pick, in this case here, clustered. So I'm picking clustered here. No, I don't like that. It's not very good. No. No. Not very good. Let me try again. So control, in this case here, Q. All right. So we go to charts here. So you have this one here standing better, very good, like that. I like combos. Combos are very good because I'll come and click on the blue one. I right click. I get free marks, change series type. And then they have told me, you know what they have told me? They have told me the current allocation should be what? You know, they always tell you, these examiners are nice. They know how to twist students. I should have written down. Allow me to go back a little bit. Just cancel. Let me go back a little bit so that I can write down. Let me just go back a little bit so that I can write down. You know, they have told you, if you do opposite, you get a 0. They have told you here, develop a chart for each pension scheme that compares the current allocation, cluster. So the current allocation is the cluster. Current is the cluster. Current is the cluster with the regulator limit line. So regulator is the line. Regulator is the line for the pension schemes, providing a title for use a secondary axis for current. So current allocation again, we use secondary axis. So then no problem. Now I come, I highlight slowly as I smile in an exam. As I smile in an exam. No. I should have started from up there really for each one of them. So I move like this. I move like a ninja. I move like a ninja. This thing now is boring. I will move like a ninja up to where we have values like that. And then I say Control Q. I say charts. I want these charts that are standing up, column like that. I click on the blue one. Then I right click. Then I say change series type. Then now I go to where I'd written. So current should be clustered and it should be secondary, like that. And then regulator limit should be line. This one here should be line. And then I'm done. So I will come here, say, okay. And then I come and I pull this by the side a little bit, like that. Then I can now label my combo, whatever like that. Of course, you're always at liberty to write whatever you want to write there, right? Those chart titles, right? So is there any ninja that has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done? Do we have any ninja that has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done? Any ninja that has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done? Great. So let's go to the second one. Alafu nitakupatia stories. Nitakupatia stories siku hizi. Nahitaji nikupatie story poa. Story poa. Enda kwa the next one. Kumbuka umekuambia you label, like now this one, the chart title actually you cannot, not just, the chart title here should be individual pension plan, asset allocation. So individual. Just individual pension plan asset allocation. Full stop. So you go in this case here to the next, the balloon. So this balloon, remember, they don't want you to draw a graph of everything. They want current allocation regulator limit. So come here, highlight like this. No. Highlight like that. Say Control Q because you're doing things quick. Charts. Then you come and say clustered column. I love this blue, a small one. I'll come here and right click. Then I say change series chart type. Then I remember what I'd written, current, cluster, and this should be secondary. So many guys confused. When you're marking this, I'm telling you, if there is a paper that is easy to mark at Kasneb, it's BDA. Because people write nothing. So it's very easy to just put wrong all over, and then you get your mark money for the script. So regular limit should be line. This should be line. This should be line. All right. And you say, okay. Then you come and write the title here. This is balloon. This is balloon pension. Balloon pension asset allocation. Enter like that. All right. Then you go ahead and do the next one here, which is Mwalimu pension. Control Q. Great. I want these charts. I want the clustered. I want this blue to do a combo. Change series chart type. Clustered secondary axis. Regulator limit. In this case here, this should be a line. Great. So then we have here Mwalimu pension assets allocation, and then to scare the hell out of this examiner, mwandike tu jina combo. You will scare the hell out of him. Enter like that. Then you do the same with Kampuni pension, with Kampuni staff pension scheme, like that. And then you pass, and then you go outside there, and then you start saying, hey, BDA was an easy paper. Or FMDA was an easy paper. So then I wanted to show you this one is very, very good. This one is very, very good, but let me reserve. You can't do everything on day one, everything. No, you must reserve the best for another day. This is actually what I came to do here. Actually, the other questions are not even prepared for them. What are prepared, ladies and gentlemen, to come and do for you is this question of forecasting. This is a very, very important question for you. Oh, I forgot something, but I think even that one that I forgot, yeah, I should be able to mention it next time, because you see, like the original question paper, your examiner, like now here, but I should be able to mention this when I come next time. I mean, I cannot teach everything at the same time. Let me tell you what your examiner done. You see, like, for example, here, 5%. What he did, he merged. So he only wrote 5% here. So, and they had merged. So he wanted to see whether students know how to unmerge. But I can't teach you everything at the same time. 1 hour, 2 hours, those are really few hours to learn so many things. Even what we have learned today is so much. That is something I should be able to do in the next session. But the one that I would want to do for you, which is really, 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 really important, is this one here. Using the information presented below, develop a forecast sheet that predicts different forecast options that includes lower and upper confidence bounds up to the year 2022. I will come here, Control Shift, right arrow, down arrow to highlight everything, Control C, come and put this here. Control, right click, and I want in this case here to transpose, to change rows to become columns. Is there somebody who has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done? Let me be very, very serious, by the way. Let me be because now I'm teaching you a very serious concept. Let me be very, very serious. I can actually start from the beginning, Control Z. Let me just start from the beginning, because now I have to be very serious. I'm now teaching you a very serious concept. Very serious concept. So please ensure, ladies and gentlemen, that you have highlighted the whole here. Ensure that you have highlighted the whole thing, and then you copy, and then you come to here, you say right click, and then you say you want to transpose. You can see this one here, changing rows to become columns. Transpose, like that. And then now they want you to forecast. Which years do they want me to forecast? They want me to forecast up to 2022. Up to 2022. So whenever you're told to forecast, this is very, very common. If I was an examiner, I would test it. I would test this one, 2021, and then we have 2022. 2022, like that. So you come and create a column here for forecast. Forecast, like that. So remember, you are forecasting from here, eh? Yeah. All these are the old numbers. So you are forecasting from 2020 onwards. So when you are forecasting, you could either use regression analysis or use the forecast function. If the examiner does not want an equation, like now this examiner does not want anybody's equation, the one of y equals a plus b, blah, 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 blah. If he doesn't want that equation, then we shall always use the forecast function. Always use the forecast. This one that you are seeing down here. Always use the forecast. So this forecast, they want me to give them the X, the current time. So which time do you want to forecast? You want to forecast 2020. And then you come and say, comma, then we have the known Y's. Remember, Y will be, and a time series, these values here will be the Y. The time will always be the X. So the known Y's are these ones here. So you come, I'll repeat this. You'll come here and highlight this column up to here. Whenever you are forecasting, anything that is known must be fully fixed. Anything that is known must be fully fixed. Anything that is known must be fully fixed. So you come and fix this one like that. What have I done? Ah, it's there, yes. And then you come and I'm following these parentheses, known X's. The known X's are now these ones here. So you highlight up to there. And then, ladies and gentlemen, what you'll do always, anything that is known, whenever I'm forecasting anything known, I must always fix it. Mr. Fix It. Fix it live, like that. Close brackets, like that. And then you enter. Ah, I'm getting the forecast for 2020 to be like that. And then you come and there, pull this down up to the year they have told you. Ah, great. Great. I'm so sure they have not understood anything. Allow me to repeat again. Control Z to undo. Control Z to undo. Control Z to undo. Control Z to undo. But before I repeat, let me see what these ninjas are saying. These ninjas. Oh, already they have answers. Already they have answers. I like that. That's very, very good. I like this. Perfect, yes. But again, remember, the forecast that we normally use is not that one. The forecast that we shall always use, ladies and gentlemen, is this forecast. Good, I've seen you already know that. The forecast we shall always use is the first forecast. The one that has got exponentially smoothed forecasts. Exponentially smoothed forecast. This one here. ETS, exponential. This is really, really what I would want you to, of course, you'll see slightly different values, but we shall always use the ETS for prediction purposes. And ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to stop here. I should not teach as if there is no tomorrow. There is a tomorrow. There is a tomorrow. There is a tomorrow. There is a tomorrow. Do we agree that Mwalimu should now stop there and we do these things in the next? You know, I've taught you so many things that you guys need to go and revisit. You need to go and revisit what I've taught you. What I've taught you. And then when I also come back, I'll be able to see that payback period. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's long. Since I taught this thing, I could be wrong, but I'll be able to revisit that. It's always perfect to be wrong because human beings are to error. We shall overcome. No, I want to disappear now. Mary Mwanza, I will. Nancy, why should we finish everything? You know, when you finish your things on earth, it means you're dying. Me, I'm not dying. I'm still young at heart. I'm not dying. I'll be here. So I don't want to finish everything. Because, you know, there is the confidence intervalling, 95% confidence. It's quite, it will be too much for you. It will be too much for you. You would rather go and watch this video, practice. Don't finish things on earth. Don't finish things on earth. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye. 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 Great.